Hey, hi, hello, hello. We are reading now chapter 138 of Dr. Stone. Pretty excited for this one. I have been told it is a banger, and that word always gets me excited when anyone uses it in any context. We see here the depetrification of Chrome. Chrome is the first one out. That's nice, that's cute. Not just because, they're bros, that they've become such good friends that Chrome is kind of Senkyu's protege in many ways, but because Senkyu really, I think, is making a smart decision here, that he can really trust Chrome, that Chrome is going to be the most helpful under these circumstances to get things done and to make wise decisions on his own. I think Yuzuriha is also a good one to get fixed soon, just in case, when you're about to depetrify someone else and you're like, uh-oh, his thumb fell off at some point. Maybe I shouldn't have high-fived them all so hard. Like, who could attach this? The fact that you're here by yourself tells me we totally won. Thanks to your quick thinking back there, I survived like a cockroach that refuses to die. I love this zoomed out super high five that they're doing. Like kind of like the whole impact of the situation echoing out from that one high five. Now as the scientist tag team, we just gotta revive everyone. It's like a logic puzzle though. So if we get the revival order wrong, we'll all starve. This is kind of fun, yeah. I thought maybe they would kind of gloss over this. That they would have maybe just like a few pages of la la la, everyone's back, bursting out of statues, and then when we kind of return to the plot substantially, it's like the big victory party or something. Because that's how it normally goes in shonen. If there's kind of stuff to clean up after the arc, you get that over with kind of quickly, and you just move along to kind of the next big emotional mood. If you had to deal with all the logistics of like, I don't know, like throwing the villain in jail and like making sure the hostages get home safe and all of this kind of heavy stuff, it would diminish the feeling of impact from the big victory. But Dr. Stone is special because the things that they know we're interested in by being readers of this series, like why would they gloss over that? The logic puzzle of who do we depetrify first? That's really fun. That alone, I think, just that concept makes this chapter a banger. So they're thinking, who can do the best cooking? Who has the best knowledge of the island's resources for food? And they think Amaryllis, being a native to the island and I guess a good cook or something. Then they're thinking, Senki can't carry that, Chrome can't carry that, Amaryllis can't carry that. Who's gonna haul all the resources? Ah, it's the cheat code level strength Taiju. Ah, oh, but the actual cooking is done by Charlotte. I see, I see. That's fun. That's so cute. So I guess these three they've chosen to revive. And then they're going to have a nice meal. Because the petrified people don't need to eat. So they're being strategic about that as well. Don't get unnecessary mouths right at the moment. Oh, so the call that he had, the call dropped out a second later. Becoming noise is even choppier now. It's just like the former shamanist to worry about us all like this. Aww. That was nice when the main line called. Such good timing, too. Right at the moment of victory. Long distance call, though. No matter how bad she's worrying, why call us at all when it can only slow us down? So just to reassure herself that we're okay. Ruri ain't like that. And Chrome, of course, knows a lot about Ruri. They have maybe a little thing going on. No matter what she might be feeling, this is the same person who endured 18 years of suffering for our sake. True. Whoa, Everill's like figured it out instantly. I think it's the look on his face. Because Chrome, even when he's super serious, there's kind of like a hint of playfulness to him too. But here he's like, I don't know, a more adult feeling emerges. Until she's actually Senku's ex-wife. True. Genuinely factual. It's gonna be really good if Chrome ends up with her. And they keep making jokes about that. It's a long story for sure. You must have an important message, so we gotta get in touch. Oh boy. So what could this be? Like, I kind of assumed that, you know, we would have some wrap up on the island, a little celebration, maybe a few more discoveries, and then they just kind of set sail again looking for Y-Man. And there would be kind of a mystery as to, oh, what will happen next? Like, go to some other islands, get in contact with some other people, something like that. But it looks like the next arc might be presenting itself right now. Okay, the problem is Perseus was wrecked. No time to get mad about it. Wow, it's true. Senki never really has been angry. What happens? I'm no saint, just a waste of time. Even during like some of the most brutal parts of like the versus magma arc and stuff, where he was being like really despicable, Senki was kind of just like, all right, well, this is what we're dealing with, so let's just got to get it done. He gets happy, so he does revel in his emotions a bit, but just not the unproductive ones. How admirable. Too confident, it's kind of gross. Wait, no, I love it. I like how everybody has to wear, like the recently depetrified people are just wearing like makeshift outfits. That Charlotte is wearing this like very elaborate kelp top, but it's like still so, it's both like super in character and super out of character. I like that. To wake up Keisuke and the gang, we can throw a wave of manpower at this repair job. No sweat, you just need a splash of revival fluid and then bam. I felt like he was throwing up a flag when he said that. Because he doesn't need to restate that. Typically, the series doesn't just restate things for no purpose. I feel like that was kind of a flag. Now that we have the petrification device, the Perseus is ready for a triumphant voyage. Oh, wait, no, we just cut to everybody being awake. Or is this imagined, or is this actually what happened? Maybe, okay. Getting a little worried. I guess that restatement was just to be like as a bridge to having a bunch of people depetrified, instead of foreshadowing like, uh-oh, we can't make more revival fluid or something. I thought maybe that would be a little bit of a challenge, and somehow that would connect to the message from Rui, maybe. Anyways, well, Kaseki was mimicking Gen's speech patterns for some reason. Ooh, seeking out Yo's statue. Makes sense. Ooh, is this Kirisame's statue? Yeah. Enemy, should we revive her or not? Of course, Magma wants to smash her, but Senki just dumps the water on her. But yeah, that's true. She definitely will remember Ibarra betraying her. She knew already that she was working for an evil person at that moment of petrification. So I think it is quite safe. Get her back out. What do you want? You must have a reason for reviving me this soon. Tell me, where were the statues on top of the tower tossed? Ah, that's right. That would have been a major, major search. I had kind of forgotten that that wasn't like a triviality, right? Like, because so many times like a statue got dumped in the water and they managed to find it. But it's true, if they were just thrown into the woods, that's kind of a different level. Like, that's much more of like a anywhere on the island they could have been tossed, instead of, oh, it must have fallen into here. Ginro is back. The brothers reunited. Kohaku. I like how this arc kind of progressed. That, you know, Ginro and Kohaku had like major, major arcs at the start. They were a major focus. And then quite naturally they kind of segued out of the story, and we got like a lot of other characters in the spotlight. I like that. I like that, the ability to kind of shift things throughout an arc. It's tough to do that naturally and to not feel like characters are just getting unnecessarily sidelined. But they played a good part in the plot. Now we have this tearful reunion that really feels like a reunion, like they've been totally gone for so many chapters. It's nice. It's nice. Kohaku. Throwing in a bit of fan service. We hadn't seen fan service for quite a while. So they had to get all aspects. Suika is looking very strange here. She's like paralyzed or something. Ooh, and then a real knowing look between Kohaku and Senku. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I should have expected this, you know? As I said before, I thought at first that it was going to be kind of a gloss over of getting everybody back. But this series, you know, it's like its surprising secondary power to all of the amazing science-y content is that it nails these sentimental moments. At first, like, sentimentality for science, thinking back to the big arcs of human progression and stuff, those were such beautiful moments. And then, of course, stuff with Senkyu and his father. And now, like, they've developed these characters to the extent that they can have these real interpersonal sentimental moments, totally character driven. It's really nice. It's really nice. I don't care to ship in the series. I don't really have preferences either way. If they want to have this pairing, some other pairing, no pairings, it's all good with me. I just like to see the characters happy, and I'm sure that if they wanted to do it, they would do it well. So it's nice. It's nice. Whatever this ends up being in terms of significance, it's nice. A little fan servicey too. So that's fine. Why is that? You get all the love. Oh, yeah, Kirisamin has no idea what's going on. Isn't like that. It's not that kind of hug. Okay, so very explicitly saying, all you shippers, slow down. We already have a ship. We already have a sailing ship. We don't need a relationship. Okay, it's cute. It's nice. And now the party begins. He's making more cola. They deserve to get drunk, really. Like, come on. You don't have to limit yourself to cola. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh. After just a few parties of paneling, I mean, whoa. After just a few panels of partying, something scary might be happening here. So thank goodness we can finally hear you. Some stories later, what's your message? After everything that's happened here on the island, he has no concern for his ex-wife at all. His ex-wife. Senki, you've been sending us an odd message. The signal was cut off by another much stronger one. There shouldn't be anyone else out there except for why, man? Is it Morse code? No clue. Is it a person's voice? Whoa. Holy shit. Whoa. What? Holy, we gotta keep it away from the speaker. Yeah. Okay, so we established this before that you can activate it via the speaker. I got a little confused about that. I thought what the experiment that Senku tried by shouting at it through the speaker proved is that you can't use a speaker. It has to be like someone's actual voice. But that doesn't make that much sense. Like, that sounds much more kind of like magical, or like, what could be the justification there? You need like breath. Okay, so first off, let me confirm size of the Earth. The size of the Earth is 6,371 kilometers. So if you wanted to envelop the Earth, that's like the diameter of the Earth, which is 2 times that, which is 12,800 basically. Yeah, so this is the entire diameter of the Earth. Makes sense. 1 second, of course, instantly enveloping the Earth, or beginning to. Although it'll be a slow wave. I wonder if we're going to have an arc in the future where it's like running from another globally spanning petrification attack or something. That'd be pretty crazy. Now this is interesting. Could this be either A, some sort of apocalyptic dead man switch sort of thing. That maybe someone a long time ago died, and with their dying wish, their dying breath, they recorded this message. And perhaps also recorded the why, and had them play at some interval or some trigger or something, just to try to maximize the chance of the Earth constantly getting petrified and no civilization ever re-emerging. Kind of like a suicidal apocalyptic act. I asked this because the alternative is that this person, if they're still extant, if they're doing this like actively, and it's not just a recording made when they were alive, but they're still alive, they must have some way of surviving this. They must, and it could be something simple. Like, it's not like they necessarily have some technique we haven't learned. They could be using the Senku method where, like, they just have like a shower of nitric acid that's timed. That, like, I don't know, you have like a live bird, it gets hit by the petrification wave, a literal canary. It turns the stone, it Rube Goldbergs down a switch, and then the shower of nitric acid starts a second later, so it revives you. That's my ultimate anti-petrification technique. um, yeah, so this is very, very interesting. That this person is just actively trying to petrify the entire world again. This tells us a lot about the mentality of the enemy. I'm so curious, once they finally meet the perpetrator, like, why did they do that? I mean, I know a lot of series, it would just be like, they're evil! They hated the world so. But I think I have a lot of faith in this series to make it something really interesting. This just adds more clues. Okay. What's going on? Finally know where my man stands. Click clear attack so he means to see us destroyed. Get the wireless message. How? 12,800,000 meters. That's insane. Why such a specific, humongous hay number? Yes, the diameter of the Earth. As I thought. That number sounded familiar to me, but I figured I should look it up. Is that yes? But we have a bigger problem. Yeah. What's the bigger problem? That they know it changed hands? That, like, something like, they only started, oh, okay, because Ruri called because they started getting that transmission, okay? Which only happened after the battle, after Senkyu took the petrification weapon from Ibarra. So that means that Y-Man is spying on them somehow, and that Y-Man wanted it to remain in Ibarra's hands for some reason, or moreover, he just really didn't want it to be in Senku's hands, probably because he's really freaked out that Senku has developed civilization to this extent. Maybe that's the actual intent of the why? Why did you build this? Why did you come here? Why couldn't you have just stayed petrified or stayed uncivilized? Is that? I think that's what it's going to be. What? 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 That's your voice, Senku. What in the world? So that's why they said, oh, that's why they said, you've been sending us a really weird message. What? Forget why, man. I'm just feeling what, man, right now. What? Whoa, what could that mean? What in the world could that mean? It's your voice. And then they have this like creepy kind of zombie Senku looking thing, but I think that's just like kind of a visual representation that this is like evil force with Senku's voice. I doubt it's actually a zombie Senku. But like, what is it actually? Is it a Vocaloid? Is it a machine learning generated speech synthesis? Like when you can make Slavlov Žižek read copy pastas and John F. Kennedy read copy pastas. If you haven't seen those channels, you should check it out. It's really surreal. So this is the end of part 3. And now the main story begins. The truth behind the petrification. The only thing I can think is like time travel. Because think about it. The petrification is like hyper technology, right? The only thing we've seen matched to that level of technology is the idea of cheat code level intelligence. Someone has to be 1,000,000,000% smarter than anyone else in order to make something like that. That's for sure. The technology behind the petrification device is just mind-blowing. So only Senku can have developed it. Senku in some alternative future. That's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Senku in some alternative future. There's like nuclear war or something. Something terrible happens. And he decides that the best course of action is to petrify the entire planet, to build this device that petrifies the entire planet, because he trusts in send the device back in time. Sorry, that's step 1. Shouldn't just gloss over that step. Send the device back in time and trigger it with a recording to petrify the entire planet, to prevent the nuclear war or something. And then he trusts in this other timeline version of himself to depetrify and to rebuild civilization. That's my best guess. That would be, I think, a pretty cool twist. Because like I don't like the idea of like, oh, like evil Senku or something. That's just, there's no way, right? And I like the idea that in the end there wasn't really an antagonist. I think that would be a really cool twist. That the petrification was actually like benevolent for the world. And then yeah, this recording is just like a dead man switch sort of thing. That it or something. I don't know. Does it make sense? I don't know if that theory makes sense. Okay, let's. Whew. We're gonna read some more like right now for sure. This is freaking crazy. Okay, see you tomorrow for chapter 139.